So how do we actually tell the difference between ruminations and intrusions? Hi, my name is Patricia. I'm a counseling psychologist registered with HCPC here in the UK. And in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you a few examples of how you can actually differentiate between ruminations and intrusions. And the reason why it is important to actually know the difference between one and the other is because when you are in treatment, we have a slightly different way of approaching, of working with intrusions and with ruminations. And actually, it can take an effort of working together with your therapist to actually figure out that maybe you are experiencing ruminations, or maybe not intrusions, or maybe you're experiencing both, but then knowing when it is that you're experiencing ruminations and maybe when it is that you're experiencing intrusions. And to make our life even more difficult, intrusions actually can trigger ruminations, and other way around, ruminations can also trigger intrusions. And we can also experience both ruminations and intrusions, but yes, like I said, it is important to actually differentiate between one and the other. When we refer to intrusions, we refer to re-experiencing, for example, emotions. We talk about re-experiencing your symptoms. When someone is experiencing intrusions, they're re-experiencing something that has happened to them in the past. So the person will have this sense of something being very familiar. And very often this sense of familiarity, it is linked to very strong emotions. It might happen as well that someone might be only re-experiencing the emotions because of certain triggers. So maybe they will hear something, maybe they will smell something, and that instantly might actually trigger this really strong emotional response, even though they might not actually be able to pinpoint those emotions to certain clear memory. On the other hand, rumination is to do with keep on repeating, thinking about the trauma, what has happened in the past. And also when someone is ruminating about the trauma, they're not gonna have this really strong sense that everything is happening to them again, which comes with the intrusion. So they will have this clear sense that whatever they're thinking about has happened in the past, now they're in present. So there's that gap between the present and the past when we talk about ruminations. On the other hand, with intrusions, there's that sense of the trauma being reenacted again. So there's no gap. So even though the person might be here, in the present time, and maybe the trauma happened 10 years ago, but when someone is experiencing intrusion, there's no sense of 10 years difference. They feel like whatever has happened to them in the past is happening to them right now, right here. Another significant difference between rumination and intrusion is that the intrusion is going to be suddenly triggered by, for example, certain memories of the trauma. And it could be the memory, it could be triggered even by smell, by certain noises, by maybe certain images. So when we think about the rumination, it's more about having collection of certain thoughts about the trauma and then going over them again and again and again. And the reason for that might be that someone might be actually trying to work out what actually has happened there. Maybe they're gonna be really persistent on wanting to have more clear and better understanding what has happened. Sometimes it might be to do as well with the fact that the person might actually feel maybe ashamed or guilty about certain things in context of their trauma, and they will try to really figure out these little aspects of what has happened there, maybe to deal with this guilt and the shame. So they will actually voluntarily go in the past and think about what has happened. Where with intrusions, there's no sense of them being voluntarily recalled. So that will be it for today, and if you found this video any helpful, then please like it, subscribe, and make sure you're gonna hit that notification bell. So every time when I upload a new video, you're gonna be notified, so you're not gonna miss out on any of this really interesting content. If you feel that maybe you would like to see more videos in context of a trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, then please let me know in the comment section. And I'm gonna see you in the next one, and thank you. Bye bye.